Hi everyone, and welcome to Cruising with Kim and Jen, and we are going to be talking about four myths that we think are very important ones to discuss.
Yep.
And the first one being that cruising is not a good value.
Cruising is a great value, we think. I think everyone who cruises thinks so. We just did a whole video on this subject
Yes.
that you can watch for more about that. But yeah, it blends your all-inclusive resort with going to all these different places that you can explore.
Family friendly,
Yeah,
or
family
not.
friendly.
If you don't
Yeah,
want, yes.
right, yeah. You know, you've got everything included on board.
Yes, yep.
So,
I
yeah.
agree. Second myth is, oh my gosh, cruising's going to be boring.
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
Right?
There's so many things to do.
I've
for
never
all
been bored.
ages. And you know what? If you just want to go and relax and read a book in a lounge chair, you can do that too. But if you're afraid you're going to be bored, you are not going to be bored. There's so many things to do for your kids.
And not everything
So
costs
many.
money either. Bingo costs money,
Yeah.
but trivia does not.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. You know, if you're taking kids, there's tons for them to do.
Scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
the
yes.
kids clubs, the sports. They
Oh,
go to
yes.
shows with parents.
So much
shows
to
they
do.
can go to.
Yes. What about the adults?
For adults, you've got your bars, your
Yep.
clubs, dancing, different genres of
True,
bars, you
yeah.
know, music.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're older and you just like a piano bar, you know, maybe that's your thing.
Oh, boy.
If you like some rock and roll, you know, they've got,
Oh, yes.
they've got that too.
Live bands.
There's something for everybody.
Live bands and DJs, and they
And-
have
yes.
adult game shows.
Yes.
that are
Oh, yes.
pretty
There's
crazy.
just so much to do.
Yes.
You got your casino. Now, you know, I mean,
We
yeah.
love.
We love our casino,
Yes.
you know.
What about the thing that we hardly ever talk about because we don't do as much are the pools and hot tubs?
Yeah.
You know, and
Pools and hot tubs for everybody. But if you don't want to be with everybody and you don't want everybody's
Oh.
kids in your way, most of these ships have adult-only
Yeah.
areas.
Yep, or the solarium
Uh-huh.
or wherever. I think every
Where
ship
you
has
can
that.
get some peace and quiet and all the relaxing that you want.
Yes. Third myth. It's gonna be too crowded. I don't want the big ship. I
Especially
don't want the
big
little
mega
ships.
ships.
Yes.
Yes. So many people say, if you're on a ship with 7,000 people, isn't it going to be too crowded? You know, no. I mean,
No.
it really isn't. I mean, there are maybe a few times or places, but there's so many places for people to go. We
Oh,
felt more of a
heavens,
crowd
yes.
on a ship that held half that many people.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I
there
totally
just wasn't
agree.
as many places for them to go, spread out, things to do.
Those
you know.
big ships have so many things. It's like, and people go, I don't like it. It's like a city. Well, you know, unless you've been on it, it's hard to even explain. It is
It is
so
hard to explain.
fabulous. It is just, like you can go one part of the city on the first day, another part
Yeah,
on the second
that's right.
day.
And you don't feel like you're on a ship.
No.
Like you're on a ship.
No.
You know, some of those really big, you feel it's more like being in a shopping mall.
I agree.
And,
Yeah.
And just lots of different restaurants, all the things.
Lots of
you
air
know.
conditioning. So, and plenty of beautiful places to sit
Yes.
inside and look at the outside.
Plenty of places to hang
Yes.
out. If you're feeling crowded in one area, go find another place.
Yeah.
There are many nooks and crannies
I agree.
of places to relax, places to maybe play games with our friends.
Oh, yeah.
We found some places where we could go and kind of sit and play little card games and stuff.
That was fun.
And that was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which kind of talking about how big it is and crowded and stuff leads us to number 4. People say, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to get seasick," and that is something that people really fret over.
Well, it is, and there are many things you can do to,
Yes.
you know, things you can take to kind of prevent that. You got the patch, you've got your Dramamine, your different, you know, assortment of meds you can take. but,
Ginger.
yeah.
Those triple gingers.
I mean, these ships have such good stabilizers,
agree.
and
Yeah.
I think it's just so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
We hardly ever feel movement.
No, and
Hardly
captains are
ever.
so great. Like if there's a storm, like if it's storming, then they usually always try to go around it. But we've been where we've gone right through it and felt some motion.
But yeah. not
However, we
much.
didn't see people getting sick or anything
No.
like that because it was just, and it's usually in just certain spots, like
Yeah.
middle part of the ship, you don't feel anything.
But if if you think you're susceptible to that,
Yeah.
then get a patch, get you some
Yeah.
non-drowsy Dramamine. I know I just had my mom go pick some of that up.
Oh, good.
Because
Yeah.
the patch she cannot do. They
No.
don't recommend that for elderly people.
No, please don't. Yes.
It made Mom kind of crazy when
Yes.
we did that before.
Yeah,
so.
and then after we took that off of her, it took a day, and then she regained her composure.
Something else you can think about doing if you think you might, don't get a room high up.
That's a good tip.
Go for the lower
Yes.
deck rooms and maybe more midship.
Yes.
It's just going to feel a little more stable
Yeah.
and not as much movement there.
Yeah, and so it is totally a myth that you are 100% going to get seasick. Everybody does. I would say 98% do not. But if you are prone to it, like Kim
Yeah.
said, just be aware of those things and
Yeah.
then take the cautionary things.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, there's a way to bust all these myths.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed these, and we look forward to seeing you on cruises. And we are on a cruise about every 7 weeks through the end of the year. So we're coming up
gosh,
to our
it's so
big, heavy
exciting.
cruise time. And so
We're so excited about that.
I know, it's going to be so fun. So, oh my goodness, he's just a little boy. Is he just not the cutest thing in the whole world? He's a golden doodle. And then we got the micro mini golden
We got
doodle.
the little one.
And then we got a labradoodle over here. So we're
The
doodle
dogs
people.
want to be part of it today.
It's almost 4th of July. I understand. Yeah, yeah. They want their mom. So, well, have a great week, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.